Stop's like right there now. And then if we come back down into it, actually, I gotta set an alert because we come back down and I'm buying that again. But see, so there's an example of why this would make a difference, right? Because my alert is at my type 1 and his is going to be much further down. Now the reality is I'm going to get my alert. I'm going to wait for it to probably get down to like here, which would be about his type 1, and then I'm going to enter a position with my stop down below this because I don't want to get tagged out for no reason. So it would be something like that. And Don does not have a zone higher up. So
So there we go. That's what I said I was going to do. That was 4 days ago that I set that alert, and I said I was going to trade Airbnb that way. Now I had my entry at 142.74. Unfortunately, I did not follow through as exactly as I said I would when I recorded that. So we're going to check out Airbnb. I got my alert. It went off today, and we saw this thing drop right down into the zone. I even thought about taking it down here at about 142. What ended up happening was I was low on capital, which is something that I'm running into where I'm in a handful of different positions right now, and had a green day today. No realized profits or losses, so I can't really talk about how green I was because it's all just unrealized at this point. But you could see I said I was going to play it something like that. I ended up watching it come down into the zone, and once it started reversing, actually I watched the 15-minute. The candle looked like it was going to start thinking about reversing, and then I had set an alert just above it. I want to see. I never look at the 5-minute, but there was like a wick on a unfinished 15-minute candle that I said, all right, if it starts reversing, I want in on this. I'm low on capital, so I can only buy so many shares. So instead of 9 shares to risk $50, uh, it was how many am I in? It's not going to tell me that. Oh, I am in 9 shares. So because that's what I would have had I traded it further down, it would have been like 11 shares or 12 shares. So I waited a little bit. I waited for signs that it was going to go ahead and start reversing, and then I ended up taking the trade. So maybe that's something that I should be, working on is jumping into things when price is a little bit better, but didn't quite have the capital to do what I wanted. So there we go. But I am long Airbnb, just like I said I was going to do. I drew the zones. You can see that I'm still using my zones. If I were smarter, I would probably have replaced all of my incorrect zones with Dawn zones, but I'm a little bit stubborn and I need to be able to draw my own stuff. So I'm still using all the zones that I charted out there. This is the one, by the way, that Don did end up saying in the comments that he would keep this zone. He actually liked mine a little bit better than what his was because of how I grabbed it from this further back price action back here, this drop base drop. He really liked that. The other ones I'm apparently just incorrect, but look, it's tradable. And this one, I took this trade as well, by the way, before I started the Webull account. So Airbnb, as long as it continues trending up, this one should be pretty good. Um, the daily, sorry, not the weekly, the daily. That's a pretty good look. That's a nice reversal candle we got going on. The buyers definitely showed up. So the only other one that I was looking at was Onto, and I didn't have the capital that I needed to jump in first thing in the morning, so I didn't. And I tell you what, look at that trend, just straight up. And if it drops down to this zone, that's not even breaking the weekly candle. Like we can come down here, wick out, and then hold that zone. Um, I will find the capital to be long Onto if that happens, but I kind of have a feeling that it's just going to start cruising up from here. So I'm a little bit sad that I'm not in this one. So let's go over the positions real quick. We're waiting for Don to go live. I thought we went live at 7 o'clock. It's 7:15 and he hasn't shown up yet, so I figured I'd do my recap for the day. So I got Airbnb. Flywire is we got this stupid gap up that went straight down, low volume nothingness first thing in the morning. Great type 2. I probably should have waited. Um, I mean, bear flag of reversal. I think it's going to be a reversal, so this one should be a nice. It's probably going to take a week or two for it to get up there, but that's a 3% winner if it does get up there. So not going to complain about that. My IWM long-term options trade. There's no reason to talk about it because we don't need to worry about it unless I tag out of it. SPLK decided to be pushing down for me. So this is the one that I said I like the way that it was curving, and I decided to go ahead and jump in short. I could have gotten a slightly better short entry, but this one tied up a pretty good chunk of capital, and ended up it's working out just fine. So I'm gonna wait for it to break these wicks, push back up, and then curl over again, and that's where my stop's gonna go. I think this one's definitely coming down. I don't want to choke it out, so I'm gonna give it the time that it needs to go ahead and get down here to this zone. Uh, that being said, I have that at 114.97. Let's make sure. Yeah, my target's 115. So I do need to know about it before it gets there. Why do I keep doing this the long way? Because I could actually see it coming down a little bit further into the zone, which would just be additional profits. But that breakout right there, that break and retest of that zone, I'll be looking to go long at that point. So it's probably going to be one of those weird ones. Like I'm going to be short, short, short. I'm going to have my stop in place, and as soon as that thing tags, I'm going long because I do like it. It gapped up, it held, it pushed, it's coming back down. Um, I like this zone a lot. So hopefully that's how it's going to play out. We'll see what happens on that one. ADMA is fighting me like I kind of thought it would. That's honestly not the best luck. We've gotten a couple of wicks and it needs to turn like now. Um, but we expect chop in zones, so it's chopping around. So nothing quite surprising there. It's just not going in my favor right now. DraftKings pushed up today. Not a whole lot to talk about. My entry was terrible. Other than that, it's pushing up and actually I'm gonna put my limit order up there just so I have a 2-to-1. So like 33.52 on DKNG. 33.51, close enough. All right, so we're gonna give that a little bit of space there. That's fine. Hopefully hopefully it just moons tomorrow and I make a bunch of money without even realizing I'm doing it because I'll probably be busy tomorrow. So not really gonna have time to babysit anything. And then MSTR is doing a whole lot of nothing, which I kind of expected. This zone is Weeble's charts. I don't know why any platform would make their own charts when you could just have trading views. So like, why? So there you go. Consolidation, consolidation. Hopefully that's going to be like the curve and it starts pushing up from there. And that should be a pretty fun winner if it makes it up there. Earnings is going to be an issue before it makes it that high, I think. How long did it take to do? It ran up in 16 days. So hey, maybe markets just turned super bullish and I make $200 on this trade and that's that. Um, Realistically, I need to know about it. I thought I had an alert here. TradingView's been like deleting my alerts or something weird like that. I have no idea what's going on. So that's those are the positions that I'm in. The overall account right now is it was flirting with break even today back at 5 grand, and it ended up ending the day down a little bit. So not a big deal, right? We've tagged out of one trade. Crocs was a loss. The rest of these are all open trades, and so they really don't matter until they're actually closed out. The only issue I'm running into now, and the thing that I need to figure out, and I'm asking Don the question tonight on this stream, is how do we handle capital allocation for stuff like this? Because I mean, you see the market values of the positions that I have on, um, but like I'm out of capital. So if a new opportunity presents itself tomorrow, I can't actually trade it. So I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work. It's something I've always been bad with stocks. Maybe it prevents me from putting on too many positions. So I just need to wait for the really good ones, or do what Jake does and get really good on the 5 minute time frame. But I work for a living. I don't know what he makes more trading than I make working, so I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, we'll figure this out one day at a time. that's the only update I have right now. Just wanted to point out that what I said in my video 4 days ago, I actually did it. I'm in the trade now, so we'll see how it plays out. If you have any, comments or advice or anything like that, leave it in the little comment box thing down below. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next recap video. Have a good one.